All right, good morning, coaches. I just wanted to do a webcast this week, talk a little bit about something different. I spent the weekend doing no office work. What I did is actually painted my basement. But during that, I wanted to ask myself a simple question: is reflect on some of the great teams I've been on, or associated with, or been a part of, and then some of the really bad teams that I've been a part of. Because trust me, I've been in just as many of those, and really reflect on what characteristics of each one did I see, and then why, and maybe just reflect on that a little bit, and then do a webcast on it. So that's what I want to do this week, and so just kind of bear with me here as I go through some of the stuff that I kind of thought of. So I thought of four main things here that I think are kind of important. Number one is I think culture beats talent every time. I think I posted it on Facebook recently, and that's really hit me hard because there's a lot of when I really think of the teams that I've been on and the teams that have been successful. Sometimes early in that year, I was like, God, we're just not very good, but yet we won because the culture was great. I remember when we used to play Butler when I was at University of Detroit when they went to back-to-back national championships. At Detroit, we had so much more talent than them. I think right now we have 8 guys from that team that are playing professional basketball overseas. One guy's in the NBA. I mean, we just had a slur of talent. Yet they kicked our butt every time. And a lot of it is because of the culture that Brad Stevens brought to the table. And we were so much more talented, so much faster, so much quicker, so much stronger, better shooters. But they just, I remember they had this out of bounds play that we could never stop, even though we knew exactly when it was going to happen. So their culture that they had there was just so phenomenal that we didn't have a chance. So no matter how much talent we had, it didn't matter. So I think that's a big one. I think number two is that coaches can't want it more than the athletes, and that one's hard because I don't know if we can instill in our kids the want it. Sometimes you have kids that do, sometimes you have kids that don't. I think the mistake that we make most as coaches is we want it more than them all the time, and so we scratch our head going, why don't they want it? Why don't they want it? What's going on? What's going on? Sometimes I think we have to take a step back and maybe try to create an environment that is more wanting. Maybe try to compete more. Maybe try to show them what it takes to win and how great that winning can be, and how to build that culture. But I think that the mistake we make is we want it so bad as coaches is that we get so frustrated, and they see our frustration because we want it more than them. And I think just showing them our frustration because we want to win can be a huge negative, because I think it puts a lot of pressure on them. So I think not talking as much about winning is a big cure to that. I think, and I'll talk about that when I get to number four. But I think the stress of winning and the stress of us wanting it as coaches can be a negative, I think, a lot of times to our athletes. Number three is I think you have to earn the right to win. That's probably one of my favorite ones because every time I've lost, I try to think about that over the last couple of years is did we actually, when I go back to reflect, okay, what do we got to do differently to beat that team? I used Stevens Point as an example. One time they just seemed to be really good in everything. And when we lose to them, I ask myself, did we earn the right? Are we outworking them? Did we do all the things necessary to get there? All those types of things. So when we lose, I think one of the questions we have to ask ourselves is, did we earn it? Did we earn to even win? And if we didn't outwork them, if we didn't do the right stuff, if we don't have maybe the right personnel or the right play calling, or did we treat people right? Did we do things right in the classroom? Do we have discipline? All those things. If we don't have those things, I'm not so sure we can be upset when we do lose, because I think you have to earn it. You have to earn the right to say, hey, you know what, we deserve to win. If you don't deserve to win, then a lot of times losing is just the case. I make this statement all the time that games are won and lost months before the season. The season is just the season. I think there's a very small window that we can catch people up on strategy and stuff. I think, I think you're kind of predetermined going in within a certain time frame how many wins and losses you're going to have. And you can only give so many get one for the Gipper speeches that are going to make up a certain amount of points. So I think you have to earn it. I think you have to earn it year round. I think you have to earn it in the classroom. I think you have to earn it with sleep and rest and nutrition. I think you have to earn it in practice. You have to earn it, so much. So ask yourself if you earn, the teams that win usually have earned it. And that's an easy statement. And then number four, I think one of the most important things, and I've watched a coach instill this lately, and I just have fallen in love with it, is simply 4 words: just do the right thing. Right? That's 5 words, but just do the right thing. 5 words. I think that that statement alone can mean all of this combined. I think if you just do the right thing, then I think everything else take care of itself. If you go to class, you lift weights, you condition, you stretch, you treat people right, you practice hard, you get extra shots up, or you throw the ball more, or you hit more serves, or whatever it may be, you outwork people, you treat people with respect, you do everything to your potential, all those types of things. If you just do the right thing, I think most things take care of itself. And I think that goes a lot. I've been kind of calling athletes out lately on that is when they ask me a question is, if they do something not the right thing, I go, was that the right thing? No, right? And they know what the right thing is. Is the right thing to go as hard as you can in the weight room? Absolutely it is. So then that's what you should do, right? Is the right thing to study for the test? Yes. Is the right thing to do drugs? No, right? So just by simple asking them, just do the right thing. I think I want a big poster board up or a big sign that says "Do the right thing," and I think that will gain more success. And that's what the best teams do. They do the right stuff on and off the field or court or the track or whatever it may be to be successful. So those four things to me are the things that I think that teams do a really good job at. Cultures do a really good job. Organizations do a really good job. And because of that, they're very successful. So just my 2 cents of the day. Happy Monday. Hope everyone has a great day, and talk to you soon.